what's Missin Curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scotty Upshaw in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
The lads.
Fella,
My man.
curfew calls, baby.
We back.
Love them. Love these things.
By the way, just to start off here.
Start it off. Let me get a lift.
I'm just going to say this, as evergreen as these can possibly be, lately, I have noticed that there's more than one show or shows out there kind of copying what we're doing.
You literally just took the words right out.
They literally from TV, from what I watched last night on ESPN,
Yeah.
who had a guest appearance on, it was Gary Bettman. And it was, we're going to take calls from fans and we're going to answer them. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then to, some rival hockey podcasts. We
Yeah.
to talk about which ones. But now we're just implementing why not integrate with our fans and see what they have to say, ask questions and see what kind of interest they have. But I don't know. It feels like this was our idea.
In the hockey world, I thought we were the first ones to have the call in.
I mean, it's like if you don't want to be,
Yeah.
if you don't want to create your own stuff, then maybe just give us a call. We'll let you, we'll give you our whole script. Fuck, we'll tell you everything.
What's the saying? Jump in, Max, if you know it. Like when someone copying you is the ultimate compliment or something.
Imitation is the biggest form of flattery.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, look at that.
Yeah.
See,
Max, you would know.
really pulling your weight back there.
And you know who I heard say that maybe not the first time, but recently was Gary Bettman, who you just brought up.
Yeah.
Gary Bettman was on Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how the Oakland A's are going to Vegas, how they're going to bring a basketball team to Vegas, how the Raiders came to Vegas. And Gary Bettman said, what was it, Max? Say it again.
Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery.
Yeah. That's what Gary.
God, you like a skull.
That's what Gary. That's not nice.
You're right. Is that
Chapman
written down
education?
somewhere? Is that like a
You might
poster in the
you
back?
might want to whisper that in your girl's ear.
Is that
maybe tonight
beside
when you get home.
the Pamela Anderson calendar that you have back there? Is it?
It's a Paige Spiranac calendar. Come on,
Oh,
guys.
that's right.
Listen, Paige's new calendar is coming out. I saw that on her
Is
social
it?
media. Yeah.
Well, why don't we have her on to launch it?
I would love to have Paige back on.
She'll come on. I saw her at the.
That was one of the biggest polls at Missin Curfew history.
Well,
Did you have her? Did you have her digis or did you DM her? Or
I I got her.
got her digis.
Got her right where I want her.
How did you ever get those digis?
Well, it was a DM. I think we brought that up in our first interview with her, right?
That's because she said, I think we asked her about golfers sliding, and she said, I'll be honest with you, the most athletes I have sliding in my DM are hockey players, and it brought a tear to both of our eyes.
I know. I still have her number in as Paige with the hello sunshine golfer emoji.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because
I thought something else was coming there.
no, it was because when I hit her in the DM, I asked politely. I said, "Would you mind politely just filling out this?" And it was like the contact list with her name with those emojis, and then just like a blank spot for her number. So that was like the kind gesture that I had. I said, "Would you mind filling this out when you have some time, sending it back?"
So she put the golf, or you already had that golf?
I had her name with the golf emoji and the sunshine.
Yeah.
And then below that, in the phone number, was empty. I said, if you don't mind, when you get a chance, just fill out this form.
Wow.
Send it back.
Wow.
It worked, yeah.
Vet should play.
I know. It's quite clever.
How many followers at this time was she had?
Probably like maybe a couple 100,000, not 4 million. She's got four bananas now.
4 million.
4 bananas. She's crushing it. I mean,
She's absolutely crushed.
the Live Tour should sign her. Why not?
Yeah.
One celebrity a team. That'd be good, actually.
Yeah.
But it,
I mean, she's
be
always, like, she's done such a good job that she's such a figure in the world that, like, I'll see her on Fox News app all the time, or like coming across my feed. Anything she says, maybe like politically or not, maybe not even politically, but just something she believes in. It goes worldwide.
Yeah,
like, she's
yeah.
not just a golf, a beautiful golf girl. Like, she's like a figure. Like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Updogg.
she's an influencer.
Yeah. Like,
She moves the needle.
yeah.
I'll say this: she has more followers than I think Tiger and like the next best combined on Instagram. So if you look,
Well, that's because she looks better to One Piece than Tiger. One
Yeah.
Piece leads her than Tiger does.
I think if you look at Tiger and Rory, let's say two of the most influential influential golfers in the PGA Tour, and combine their social media,
Platforms,
Yeah, but what's the other one? How many hits they have?
followers, or
Like impressions.
Yeah.
I bet you she crushes them
Oh,
like
for sure.
tenfold. So she's a big fan of the pod, and she did say that she wanted to meet up at WMO this year, and it's going to be great.
I would like to play a round of golf with her. Like just judging by her clips, like she looks like she takes a pretty good hack at it. Like does she? I assume she hits it pretty far,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
get the hips going. Yeah,
Yeah.
Just get the soft.
do you think she could outdrive me? Because I'm a bunter. Let's be honest, I'm a
It
bunter.
depends if you get it. If
Say
you get it
geez.
grooving, no. But when you hit it groovy, you're good. But
That's
if it's your spinny
Yeah,
like slicer, she's gonna smoke you.
yeah, I know.
I'd say she probably pumps it about 255, 260 maybe off the tee.
That's probably what I hit it.
And that's probably
Fairway finder though, Max. Say that's like fairway finder.
she's got a good
Short and
turn.
straight.
It's all about the turn. She's got a good turn.
She's got a good turn. I would love to play a round of golf with her though, but maybe you can set that up with your with the contacts you have.
Yeah.
Now, listen, for any young and up and coming junior / pro hockey players, the Updogg just gave you a little hint of gold there. How to be creative. Because listen, like I remember when you used to say when we were single and we were playing the show and Instagram was just getting going. We'd meet some girls out or whatever, and I'd be like, show you her Instagram page, and she's like, whatever, 10,000 followers. Like, fuck, oops, you got a chance. You got to slide in there right now before she gets to 100,000. You got no chance.
Under 10, you got a fighting chance.
Under 10, yeah,
She'll look at it and she'll give it in good detail some thought on how to rate you back.
yeah.
She's got over 10,000. She's got too many in the DMs. She's not even gonna pay attention. You better have the blue check mark to start off with.
Yeah,
At least she do.
I never had the blue check mark back.
But without the blue check mark, good luck, boys. Like you're not reaching anyone over 10,000.
Yeah, I remember my biggest reach ever was I don't need to say the girl's name, but she had 1 million followers, right? 1 million followers, and I met her out in Hollywood back in the day. At what's the club right beside Tao Avenue?
Lay Avenue.
Met her at Avenue, whatever. Didn't get her number, so obviously started following her. Gave it a little bit of time. Fired one in there. Fired another one of her DMs, and then she responded. 1 million followers. I thought like fucking needle in a haystack, no chance, right?
How's the hair looking back then? It was probably
Oh, I was
all
looking
good.
good. Yeah, I was looking good.
Good
but
profile pic.
I had a good tan. My profile pic was probably me playing the show.
yeah, good stories floating through.
I was just shocked because I always remembered you said like you got no chance if they have over 100,000, you got no chance. And I just fired one in there at 1 million, and boom. Yeah,
1 million.
So boys, you never know. That was always
Don't listen to me.
that. No, that was like one out of what do you want to call it? 50 other ones I tried to throw out and got just denied. But anyways, Updogg, let's get into some curfew calls here. Paige, we love you. Keep doing your thing. You're good for the game of golf and good for everything, really. So, Maxie, let's start with a call. Fella.
So what's going on? This is Mario from Alaska. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Just wonder when you boys are going to be making a trip to Alaska. Be the first of the podcast gangs to come up here. Come see Scotty G, Nate Thompson, some of the other boys. Maybe do some golf or what have you. Get some good content going. Anyways, keep up the great work, boys. Keep killing it. Bye.
If we can go fishing.
You got a question?
Yeah.
Mario, what's your question?
But listen, he wants to know when we're coming up. But what do you got to offer us? You think I want to go up there and just hang with Scotty Gomez?
I just remember like Tom or going back there in the summertime and he'd be like fishing.
Yeah.
Up to his,
But where's
up
the
to
offer?
his-
Like, what does he got for us when we go up there? Does he just want us to get drunk?
Well, we'll do that for sure. And then there's a grizzly bear
Oh, yeah.
right there.
I mean, listen, it's...
And Tomer's just sitting in there fishing.
Yeah.
So maybe they're used to seeing people, but listen, buddy, I'm there's no way I'm outrunning a grizzly bear. And I know if a grizzly bear looks at you and looks at me, he's coming for me.
Yeah, I don't know. He might think he's got more of a fight
I'm
with
a
you.
I'm a ribeye.
Yeah.
You're a petite filet.
I'm a skirt steak.
Yeah, you're a skirt steak. Speaking of skirt steak, skirt. I had great fajitas at this place in Aspen. You like fajitas?
Do I like fish?
I love
Are
fajitas.
you nuts? It's my favorite.
You remember as a kid when the fajitas would come out?
Sizzling. Oh, you used to go to, what's that? Chipotle?
Not Chipotle.
No, you know what I'm talking about. In Nashville, there was one right by the Humpton Inn. It was like, come on. We're going to name one of those old school fucking. Yeah, no, but it's something different. Chili's. That's what. Yeah, Chili's. And the sizzling fajitas come out on the wooden plank.
Yeah. I love them.
Peppers in there, onions.
Yeah, listen, I can make a good chicken fajita at home. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. It's all with what you do with that tortilla, right? I like to get the barbecue going. Get them out there on the barbecue.
Really?
Yeah, just
For the tortilla.
Yeah, listen, and it has those lines on it. The like barbecue lines.
That's exactly what Chili's used to do.
Yeah.
You know what? I think you buy these things online that actually are properly for the heated up tortilla shell.
Do you make fajita? I never hear fajitas coming out.
So listen to this. The first ever dinner I made for Christina's family at my house on Marcus back in the day on the island was a fucking 10-man fajita fest.
What's this?
Like picture cooking fajitas for 10 people. And it's my first time meeting like her folks and like her family, and I'm having them all over. I'm trying to, you want a beer, you want some wine, and then I'm getting the fajitas going.
You're entertaining.
I was entertaining its finest, but for 10 people, that's a lot of chicken you got to dice up, a lot of beef.
How thin did you get chicken cutlets or chicken breast? Chicken cutlets, right?
So I always get chicken breasts.
Oh, wow.
So this is what I do. You
got to really slice those beef.
No, yeah, you flack them down, right? You pound them. Then you cut them in strips, okay? And then this is what I do. I cook them in one pan with the oil.
You're doing all this with a glass of water?
Yeah. Then I do all the peppers and onions in another one, okay? And then when they both kind of get cooked up, I mix them together. I put the sauce in there, a little bit of water, lid, let them like roast for 15 minutes.
Do you get the sauce that's just in the little thing you open up?
Yeah, the McCormick or
McCormick.
Yeah, McCormick's one, the orange packet.
Fajita.
Yeah.
Got to be careful with that. You don't want to use too much of it. Can't go back once you've already dumped it in, right?
No. Yeah, that's true. Boys, listen to
You know all about that. You can't go back.
Once it's in there and there's too much sauce,
it's just too fajita eats.
You're in one. You better have a bunch of tortilla shells.
So you put all the peppers in and stuff too?
You do that, and then you mix them together at the same time you put that sauce in with a little bit of water.
Yeah. See, I'm yours are already.
Then you focus on the tortillas. But
I don't put the peppers in.
At the same time you do that, you got to dice up, some of the little tiny tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
The shredded lettuce.
Yeah. Cheddar cheese.
The avocado or just guac. Sour cream, baby.
100%.
And what else? Real spicy.
I don't like spicy.
I know, but you got to have a bunch of different flavored spices.
I usually get the chips on the side with the guac, the salsa, the sour cream, 100%, diced tomatoes, diced lettuce, cheddar cheese, or sometimes I do that 3 cheese stuff they have at Bristol Farm.
Mexican 3
cheese. Or the Mexican 4 cheese, I think it is.
4 cheese.
See.
Nice.
See. I'm going to have to...
How are the farts after that?
Oh, listen. I go right after I finish my... It's getting so bad. I'll be like, I can't go anywhere. When I travel, my first stop is to a pharmacy for Pepto-Bismol and Tums.
It is, eh?
And then usually some Z-Quil just in case wherever I am, I can't sleep or whatever, right?
Like NyQuil?
I get Z-Quil.
Is that the nighttime version?
It's a nighttime thing. Basically, it just doesn't have like the stuff for the cold and flu. It's just the stuff that fucking knocks you out cold.
Oh,
right?
nice.
But wherever I go, if I can't fit it in my toiletry kit, I got to go to the pharmacy to get Tums and Pepto just because I never know what's coming, right? Like, it's just like, is that normal for everyone? Does anyone else do that, Mac?
Oh, yeah. I got the Tums, but I keep them in my toiletries. I got the Tums, the Advil, the couple pills of like cold medicine, whatever, some vitamin C packs.
Yeah, I know.
You just keep the rock hard gummies ready to go in case.
The gummies are in the toiletry kit for sure.
You got it, because make sure the thing doesn't get too hot too, because they melt.
I went from a bigger toiletry kit to a smaller one now. Okay. So I got to really keep my shit tight. I don't know, because I'm always trying to carry on wherever I go.
Funny you say that. I just got a new toiletry bag. Pretty excited to get some new stuff.
Bigger or smaller, same size?
Little compact, more compact.
Got to keep her compact, and you got to carry on. I told Mac Miller, like, I know your girl. She's a heavy packer, but like, you got to carry on as much as you can.
Totally.
Like, it changes your whole travel experience. Like, when you land, you're free to go.
Right? How stinky do you think a travel kit gets, like, over the years? Because I've had mine since I was, like, 3rd, 4th year pro. Like, to me, but it's like, you look at it and it's just disgusting.
Mine is
I think of, like, all the things that have gone in there, all the fucking... You put it on the toilet seat here and there, like, whatever. But it's pretty It's pretty bad, right? I walked
Walking well from our old friends at Manscaped. They hooked us up.
Yeah, but I never got like a nice. We used to get the Manscaped, the ball trimmers. I still use.
tell you
We never used to get the nice new kit.
No, I was using the Manscaped one forever. It was for me, my shit explodes in there, right?
So you just give it a wipe and you move on.
My toothpaste explodes. Shout out! I'm going to give some love to this company called Happy Head, which I put it on for my little monkey bum. So sometimes I'll put that in there. If I'm hung cheese, I don't close it all the way.
Yeah.
It fucking explodes.
What do you do with the coconut oil?
Coconut
oil.
I leave the coconut oil at home. I don't travel.
Really?
with it.
I know it's the best time to travel with it.
But literally, Uppy, 2 months ago, I opened up my old Toomey one that was kind of the bigger one.
Yeah.
What's this? This is a rectangle?
That looks like an oval.
No, like this, like.
Oh yeah.
That's a rectangle, right?
Yeah, if it's got the two sides longer than the other two.
Yeah. So it had two things on the side, and it opened up, and I opened this thing up, Uppy, and there was toothpaste and moisturizer and cologne, and some other remnants that we don't need to fucking talk about. But I tried to give it the old water on there and fucking rinse it off, and I hung it up on my on my towel rack and
give it a rinse.
I came back and it just, I looked at it and I said, that's just not National League. That is fucking gross. I threw it out. I went to Toomey. I got this little fucking one timer, and now it's tight. One jammer. But I got to make some tough decisions. Do I bring the eye cream, or do I bring the moisturizer? Do I bring the lip balm, or do I bring the ball deodorant? You know, I can't fit it all up.
Well, I don't know if you should use the ball deodorant on your lips, but you could definitely use the lip balm on your nuts.
No, but you know what I mean. Like I don't have I don't got a lot of room in there. Right? So the standard thing is the tea tree paste for the hair.
Doesn't hold enough for me.
Deodorant.
Okay.
Cologne.
Yeah.
Toothbrush, toothpaste. Those are the standard things right there.
What else do you put in your carry-on bag? What are you? 3 pairs of socks, 2 pairs of undies.
So you're talking about my roller bag?
Yeah.
So listen, I try to go one pair of other shoes. I wear my Air Jordans on my feet.
Yep.
One other pair of shoes fits in my one
like
side.
a dress shoe or boot. Say
Depending where
like
I'm going.
Fall or winter.
Boot. My Montclair boot.
Yeah.
Then I got to leave a little spot for my toiletry kit, but I put my underwear, my socks, and my toiletry kit right there. I zip that up.
Yeah.
And on the other side, I go jeans, probably way too many fucking T-shirts, couple
black
things.
sweater.
And the tough thing is jackets.
I know.
Right?
So
you got to go.
Travel with more than one.
Exactly. But I just go one standard black leather jacket in there. And then in my backpack, I got my iPad, all my chargers, weed pens, weed gummies, CBD rub.
What's the one thing you forget all the time?
Charger.
I got a question for you. Okay, so I've started putting a charger that I just keep in my suitcase.
I just keep it there.
Just keep it there.
Yeah.
Because I was always the same way. So, and then we've been traveling a lot. So I've been just keeping. Do you guys keep a separate thing of your toiletries like in the bag, and then you have so you're not taking the stuff from home each time?
Ooh, he's got a backup. He's got a backup kit. I love where you're.
No, you know why? I think you should just do the pack every time, because you're eventually going to get there and be like, oh, I have that in the bag already. And you don't have it in the bag. You ran out of it and you don't know because you didn't check. You trusted your gut and it wasn't true. So like, I think like you empty it all when you get home in your bathroom, empty bag there. When you repack, you put it all back.
I've started leaving. I had toothpaste, deodorant, like an extra set in my toiletries bag, so I don't even have to worry about it.
The thing is now, I don't travel enough.
I do what you do.
Oh,
we don't travel. Uppy says we don't travel enough. we just got a PP spanking from our accountant yesterday saying you guys travel too much and spend too much. But to the Updogg, we're not traveling enough.
No, I know, because we're not in the rhythm. When you get out of the rhythm is dance. The rhythm is the dancing.
Oh, listen, I'm with you. When I was playing the National League, I was just neat, tidy. But you know you're going on that private burst, so you can get away with a bigger bag.
Yeah, and you know, non 40 milliliters or less.
Yeah. Is that still a rule though? I find like that rule's not.
It isn't in Ireland. Remember we were there and they said they're ending this stupidity of not being able to bring a water bottle on the fucking plane. Yeah, Ireland.
I feel like my toothpaste is bigger than it's supposed to be. My deodorant's bigger. I feel like they don't really call you on that anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got stopped like a year ago on Christmas Eve for my toothpaste. There was nobody in the airport. I was like the only one. And I look at the lady, and I have pre-check, TSA pre-check, and I was like, really? She's like, you got to toss it out. I was like, for its toothpaste, it's Christmas Eve. Really? It rubbed me the wrong way.
That would rub me the wrong way too. I remember in Canada one time going through Pearson Airport, coming back here, and I had a bunch of Kiehl's products in there, probably $1,000 worth of Kiehl's. And this fucking lady at the TSA in Canada at Pearson took it all. I said, are you happy? Like, there you go. That's about $1,000 worth of cream. Like, at least just take it home and fucking put it on your face or something. Like, what does this have to do with you flying?
And you want to be like, you just want to be like truthful, like complete,
I want
like
light her up.
So I was flying back from Aspen the other day, and I always sneak my dog on the plane, right? Like, I don't want to pay the $140 or whatever because it's a joke. She doesn't even have a seat. She fucking sits on my feet, right? And she doesn't bark. She's a fucking carry-on bag. What are we talking about here, right? Okay, so I always have done good. Like, I come on now, small planes, so they ask to do the tag on your roller bag.
They do.
So I'm like, okay, I'll take a tag. They usually give me one. But she's like, no, I'll put it on the top of your bag. I'm like, no, that's fine. I'll take it. I got my jacket over Ruby, my dog. And she's like, no. And I'm like, actually, just give me 1 sec. I'll you know what? My wife's coming. I'll just let people go by. So I go back. And now I'm like, fuck. So I lift Ruby off. I have the jacket over and I go up like this next with Izzy. And then the guy, like, he sniffs me out, right? He's like, what's in the bag? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's my carry-on bag. Like, come over here. What's in the bag? So now I'm busted. I'm like, it's my fucking dog. What are you talking about? And he's like, do you have a carry-on dog fucking? I'm like, no, I don't have the dog thing. I'm like, I didn't actually book this flight. You know, my girl over there did. I don't know if she has the dog bag. I never travel with the dog. So I make up some bullshit.
Yeah.
Then he's like, it's going to be $140. I'm like, for what? She's fucking doesn't have a seat. And they're like, that's just the rule now. And I'm like, that's a joke.
Did you have to pay?
A joke? I paid, yeah. But I just think that's a joke.
I don't have
fucking got like an 8-pound dog that sits at your feet, doesn't bark. If you have a barking dog, pay the $140.
Yeah. I don't own a dog. So for me, I'm like, I don't know how important it is to, I would put my dog in a doggy hotel. A nice doggy hotel.
Well, when you leave.
If I traveled, I would not bring my dog on the plane. But that's maybe because I don't have a dog, right? I know how much Ruby means to you.
Yeah.
But I would.
Well, we leave her with some people, but it's nice to just have a.
I think that's just the airline dinging you to ding you.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What are they trying to raise their stock price by fucking charging people like?
Well, the gas prices are through the roof. They're like, we gotta start dinging people for a dog. But what if it was a service dog? Then it's free, right?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I've seen some people bring on some big boy service dogs where I'm like, where's that thing going? And what if it shits on the plane?
Yeah.
Like, what? Like,
I think service dogs are trained to not shit on the plane.
Oh, it's part of the course.
Yeah, they can speak like your language.
Really?
Yeah, you're like fucking. You look at the dog and he's gonna either say, "Take me to the shitter right now."
I'm gonna say if you took 100 or 10 people that have service dogs, I'm gonna say 50 of them, 5 of them are lying. Their dog's not service dog. They
Completely, like
just got
Flower.
fucking yeah. Is Rocky supposed to be a service dog?
I think so.
That dog does not know not to shit on the plane. I can tell you that.
His only service is
That dog's pissed in our studio before. There's no way.
There's no way Rocky's a service dog. I love Rocky, but no way.
He is. He tried to be anyway.
We got a little off topic here, Mario. But about Alaska, Updogg, I don't know. I mean, I would go up there and maybe play a pond hockey game.
Yeah, no, if he wants to dial us in with a fishing trip or see grizzlies in the wild or something like that, I'm in.
Yeah. I would say this. I watched this movie the other day, Mystery Alaska.
Did you?
Yeah. When's the last time you watched that movie?
We had 15 years ago.
Yeah. Great flick. Great hockey flick. My favorite character is Skank Davis.
Who'd you watch that with?
I watched it on the plane.
Nice.
Just by myself, yeah. Yeah, Skank Davis. He's the town fucking whore. He goes around and then he gets caught pounding the mayor's wife.
Ooh.
Not good. So they're getting in the bed and the mayor's like, this guy must have his name on his necklace or something. Skank Davis has been in this bed.
Oh no, it smells like skank.
I mean, listen, I know it's a small town. There's Skank. You can't be banging the mayor's wife though, right?
No,
you
get caught. Yeah.
Great movie though.
Taxes are going to go up next year.
Mystery Alaska. If you haven't watched it, fellas, and you're bored over whatever the weekend, hung over on the couch, give it a chance. Updogg, read that first question for the last.
From our boy Mike Clinton. Any relation? Not sure. I'm wondering who you guys think is the best AHL, American Hockey League player to never make it in the NHL. It could be a guy you play with or someone you just know of. Want to start off?
Question. You go ahead.
Well, I saw this question as I walked in, and there's one of one on this. All right, and his name is Darren Haydar from Milton, Ontario. I played with Hadesy from the time I turned pro, 2002, till about 2006, I believe. So played in Milwaukee. I played probably 300 games with him. Never got to play on his line. It's fucked up. It was never like, never come to the rink as Upshaw Hadar.
They were loaded in Milwaukee. Loaded. Like, I played against you guys 30 times in 2 years, it felt like. Like, those guys were never going to make the NHL. Like, they playing against you knew you were going to play in the show because you're a first rounder, but you had NHL skills. Those guys didn't.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? But
yeah, I was there to get out of there.
You wanted to get a few more points.
Well, totally. I just wanted to. Yeah, but maybe that was because we maybe played together a little bit and didn't like click, and he can click with anyone. I was just dumping it in.
So who did you typically play with there?
I played Tony Herkus.
Yeah.
I played with Tony Herkus. I played with maybe Wyatt Smith.
Yeah.
I had who was on my right side. He was a great, he was great. So, but listen, let's get back on Hadar for a second.
Sorry, yeah.
So Darren Hadar just got inducted into the AHL Hall of Fame in 2019. He just will rip off some of this right now. In 774 games over 11 seasons, Hadesy had 292 goals, 496 apples. But what he was really fucking good at was scoring goals in the playoffs. Yeah. He's got 2 Calder Cups. He led the playoffs in scoring 3 out of 4 seasons in a row, spanning from like 2006 to 2011, I think. AHL Rookie of the Year, 2-time Calder Cup champ. But listen, he had 23 games in the NHL, 1 goal. So it's like weird because you're so dominant in one, and maybe it was his skating, but his puck ability, keeping on his stick, his shot was pretty damn good. He could see the ice like no one.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like, it's his skating.
I wonder, like, how many games did you say he played?
He played almost 800 games.
No, in the show,
23.
So in those 23 games, like, was he on the 4th line for one of them? Because if you're going to bring him up and put him on the 4th line, which I don't know if they did or not, but you would think if he got an opportunity to play at the top 2 lines of the NHL, that he'd have better numbers than that, right? And power play and stuff like that. But listen, I didn't even know they had a fucking AHL Hall of Fame. They do?
No.
They have an AHL.
But he's the reason they should. Like lifers in the AHL. And what deserve a Hall of Fame.
What I'm going to say about Hadar, and I used to try to abuse him too, is like when he played in the American Hockey League, there's a lot of meat. Like, so he was a great power play guy, obviously, but he was so good 5-on-5 too, and created space and could get away from body checks. For me, a guy by the name of Steve Maltese, who played in Chicago for the Wolves, he's our captain. He had the old school goatee. He was so slow, but just crafty. He was crafty. He played the power play. He was big. He was strong. He just couldn't skate. But I will say this, and I bumped into an old teammate of mine when we were in Aspen, Mike Motto. And Casey Hankinson was my captain, All-American Casey Hankinson. And there is still guys in the American League, shout out to Garrett Wilson, the Hammer. Cal O'Reilly's still playing.
Fuck, there's one.
But where I'm going with this is one of the worst things the American League ever did was put that veteran rule in. Because these veteran guys that play in this league are so important to young kids. And listen, if you know how many guys get drafted to the NHL that have 0% chance of playing in the NHL? A lot. There was guys that played on my American League team that I knew at 20 years old that guy has no chance of playing in the league.
Yeah.
So to take jobs away from veteran guys because you want to develop these fucking guys that have no chance of playing, like I really think the American League made a mistake probably 20 years ago now, 15 years ago, bringing that veteran rule.
And what is the veteran rule? Remind me, is it to only
you
3 guys?
You have like 4 guys and on your veteran lineup at the same time.
Per night. So that can play that, and a veteran is considered a guy that's played over, 300 games?
I think it's like,
it's a joke.
Something like that. And if
you're not creating the best league, you're creating the best feeder league.
Yeah. And if you're a GM, do you not want your prospects playing against older guys that played,
that's more like the NHL?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never understood that. It's just, and maybe I'm bitter because at the end of my career, it stung me in San Diego with this stupid veteran rule. And I'm like, so you can't play me or Bickle or McGrattan or for this kid that's should be in the East Coast League. If it wasn't for the veteran rule, this guy would be in the East Coast League. So like, I don't know. It's just a rule that, and great question by Mike Clinton here. I don't know. I think the NHL made a mistake. And if you're trying to sell more tickets to an American Hockey League game, once you started getting rid of veterans, then you're getting rid of household names that people know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that the city's like chilling around. Yeah.
Yeah, and the biggest shame was getting rid of that International Hockey League, the old IHL. Fuck
Good
up.
cities.
We could have played another 5-6 years.
Orlando, they had it. They had some good
flying
cities.
around.
They had like South Carolina, or they had
Orlando. There was a team. The Detroit Vipers were a team. I think there was a team in Indianapolis, Houston Aeros. I think San Antonio might have been in that. But I mean, it would have been unbelievable.
Maybe we get someone like Ben Silverman to do a show on just the maniacs of the minor leagues.
It's funny we were Aspen for the charity thing over during December, and Sheldon does so much for Colorado Extreme, and I've always thought if we could get the right guy to start another pro hockey league in Canada, the USA, another pro hockey league to where these guys that are getting crunched out by the cap.
I think we go to the Saudis.
Yeah, that would be nice. But
we should.
But a guy like Sheldon, who loves the game, who is very successful, who knows other successful people, that we could be like, okay, let's, for example, Nick Ritchie, who's 30 years old and now in the NHL, come on in, fella, we'll give you fucking $300,000 or $500,000 to play here. Boom. I just think with this hard cap and all these guys that get squeezed out of their fucking careers at 30 years old, that if there was another pro league with guys that have been in the NHL that are household names and you change the rules a little bit, maybe you make it a little more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bare knuckle.
I mean, listen, Dana White's got the fucking slap fest going on. This thing's printing money. I'm not going to compare the Sheldon Hockey League to that.
The Fella
Hockey League. FHL, the Fella Hockey League.
That slap fest is some fucked up shit.
It's killing it, man.
I mean, how do you watch that?
But you think about how many guys are out of the NHL at 30 years old. Uppy, when I was 30 years old, I was humdinging.
Yeah.
You could make a competitive, maybe make it no visors in our league. No visors. Can't wear a visor. Can't wear a visor.
Just pitchfork the guy.
No, I'm not saying make it completely meat stick.
No, I know.
But you make it more.
But do the guys train as hard for it?
You got it. If you told Nick Ritchie right now, he's sitting probably, I don't know where he is, maybe he's playing in Europe. We'll give you $500,000 to play in this league, and you can live in Toronto or Brampton, opposed to going over and playing in Sweden or Finland or whatever.
Got any connections with Vince McMahon, XFL?
Vince McMahon. Although I think Vince is in a little hot water nowadays, but that's where I'm going with this. Like, I just think
you gotta fill seats, right?
You gotta fill seats.
TV deal.
Gotta get a TV deal.
You
start with 8 teams. You start with 8 teams. 8 teams. But I'm just saying, and the only reason I think this ups is because of how young guys are done now. Guys are done at 30, man. You can play another 5-6 years, maybe more. And now you can put a little competition towards the NHL. And you could put it in, you don't want to take away from junior hockey, because I love the CHL, but you put it in, I don't know, just other cities around the world, around North America that aren't, like outside Toronto, down by London. I know there's junior teams there, but I don't know, Uppy. I just think I'm not saying I'm gonna fire an email to do this, but with how young guys are that are done, I think there could be traction. So Sheldon, fella, let's start a league. I love it.
And you know me, I like to think outside the box. I would go big. I would have the Saudis come in, and I would offer Connor McDavid. I would offer Leon Draisaitl at the end of their deals. I'd say, here's 25 a year. We're gonna do a new league, 10 teams.
Yeah.
We're going to travel all over the world, play these 10 teams. You're going to play little tournaments in cities all over the world.
Uppy's thinking a little bigger than me, Maxie.
You don't go for the Nick Ritchies. You go for the Connor McDavids.
No.
Hey, buddy, we're gonna do a world tour. We're going to start it
MLS style.
We're going to start it in May, and we're going to run it through fucking, October.
I listen.
And then we'll make the NHL step up. Pay these kids what they actually should make.
Now that's next level. I would love that. But I'm just saying, if we got Princey to print out every guy in the NHL that's 33 or younger, that's played over 300 games in the NHL, that's out of a job right now, there would be some names on there that you were probably like, oh, or some guys that are in the American League right now, right?
For sure, 100%.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just something we thought about. How do we even get on that,
Mikey?
That was Mikey. I'll read this one. Old Brett Bell. Bellsy. Why is Grapes, Don Cherry, not in the Hockey Hall of Fame? Prior to his comments, he has done more for the game than almost anyone in the builder category. Rest in peace, Scoopsy. Belsy, great question. I didn't even think of why Grapes. I kind of assumed he was already in. He's not even in. He should be in.
Yeah, he didn't cheat. He didn't what has he done to degrade basically, the actual build of hockey?
Yeah, I mean,
and then that's the builder, acknowledgement, or whatever you want to call it, is helping build the foundation of hockey worldwide, helping it have a name internationally, helping it, grow to the youths in the small towns of the world.
I mean,
who better did it? I loved hockey back in the day because Rock'em Sock'ems every Christmas.
I just wrote that down.
Right? Every Christmas under your tree, boom, you'd open it up. You actually knew which one was going to be Rock'em Sock'em.
Yeah.
Because you could tell like the VHS, packaging.
Yeah.
And you're like, boom, here's my Rock'em Sock'em. And then Big Shiny Tunes is the CD next to it. You're like, come on.
Big Shiny Tunes, nice. Yeah, I got that every year too.
Yeah, those are the two staples. I didn't even have to ask for them.
Those were they played some bangers on Big
Bangers.
I mean, I don't know why Grapes isn't in there. We all know what happened to him. We don't have to go down that road. I hate what happened to him. I thought it was gutless the way it ended for Don Cherry. He made hockey the best it can.
Entertaining.
People in the United States, if you mention Don Cherry, they made they'll be like, hey, is that the guy with the funny collar and the big collar and the funny looking suits or the colorful suits? Yeah, that's him. So everyone knows about him.
Kind of the beginning of the end.
Yeah,
that happened.
It's like Barry Melrose down here in the States. Without Barry, hockey isn't what it is in the States. Totally. So Belsy, what I'm saying is, I agree. Let's get fucking Grapes in there. Let's get him in there. He deserves it.
I know.
He's getting older.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. He should be in there.
I'd like to see a list of guys that are ahead of him that got in.
One of the best clips that floats around is after they lose to, I think it was the Canadians or whatever, Game 7, they said something. He's like,
oh, yeah.
That's asking the difference between chlamydia and gonorrhea. And then he goes, that's like saying if my, oh yeah, good question, bud. If my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle. I think I've told this story before, but my uncle played for Grapes, and my second year in Vancouver, we go in round 2 and we just pump to Chicago Game 1. So I go down, I see my dad, my uncle, and I go, the CBC Hockey Night Canada thing was right across the hall. I said, Dad, come on, Uncle Dennis. So we go in, see Grapes raw, and we sit there, shoot the shit with them, get a picture with them. We obviously remember my uncle. So that was pretty cool. I got the picture back home. It's not the best quality. It's back at my house in Ontario, but to take a picture with my dad, my uncle, Danny Gadbois, who was a great friend of mine and helped me when I turned pro to live in the States for the first time. I mean, Grapes is the man. There's no question about it. He's the man.
Totally.
Yeah. Maxie, let's take a call, fella.
Fellas, this is Razor calling from Saginaw, Michigan, home of the Saginaw Spirit of the OHL in this year's Memorial Cup hosts. I'm just calling to say thank you for everything you do, the episodes, the content, and everything in between. It is amazing. You guys are my number one podcast on my Spotify for the 2023 year. I also really want to thank you for March of 21, episode 34, when you had the band Dirty Honey on. I loved them. I loved the band. I loved the episode. So I did a deep dive, and they have been my top artist for the last 2 years on Spotify. And tonight, they come to Detroit. So you betcha, I got myself some tickets. Me and the fellas are going down. We're going to see them live. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Thank you for everything you do. You make my day a little bit better when I can turn you guys on and listen to you on the way to work. R.I.P. Jimmy Scoops. Thank you for everything you guys do. I love you, fellas. Have a great day. Keep rocking.
Keep on rocking in the free world. Hey, Razor, fucking A, man. Thanks for the support. Listen, when this airs, just send your fucking address to Maxie at MissinCurfew.com. I'm going to send you some swag for having us number one on your Spotify. Updogg, Dirty Honey.
Yeah.
Help me out with the little venue in Hollywood. The little one. Troubadour. First time I went with you, I think it was Teddy Purcell. Were you there then?
No, I didn't go.
You weren't there. It was Teddy Purcell, Mal's, Loops. First time I've ever seen Dirty Honey.
Yeah.
The sound, man.
like Aerosmith,
Yeah.
like Guns N' Roses, like Slash.
Yeah.
By the way, Johnny, unbelievable guitarist. Mark LaBelle
Yeah.
is a performer and a solid left winger. He texted me the other day, got anyone in Nashville that might want to go to the gig tomorrow? I said, fuck yeah. So I sent out the message, so it's actually playing tonight.
Wow.
And then
Factor going?
and he's the Fact Daddy.
Is he going to see him?
They play last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won 3-2.
I should send out a little texty right now.
Yeah.
The Fact Daddy.
Mark LaBelle, he is a good little left winger, but
He is.
if you're looking for fucking good style up there on the stage, he wears those tight fucking tailored bell bottoms sometimes. He's always got a scarf of some sort around his neck. He's got the chest flowing. Great band. I mean, if you've listened to Missin Curfew for the 4 or 5 years that we've been doing this, you know about him. But I remember the first time I heard Mark just belt out, I was like, are you kidding me? This guy is a fucking rock star.
Totally, man.
Ride his motorcycle around.
Just travels the world.
Yeah.
Got good hair. Just
Single, is he
just
single?
loves his coffee, his lattes. Gets like good lattes everywhere he goes. He's he's got a girlfriend.
He does.
I mean, I think he's still with her. Mark, sorry if I screwed you if you're not.
If you were a rock star, I think I know the question to this though. Like, would you have a girlfriend?
Keep the foundation built, you know. You get a little lonely on the road, I'm sure.
We've asked Mark like you ever got fucking lonely on the road.
I was trying to lead you in.
Holy Christ, lonely. The only thing you ever, we ran out a few towels maybe on the road. You have to call down for some extra towels.
An extra pillow.
Hey, can I get some extra towels up here? I'm out. Mark told me this, and our boy from the Arkells helped me out.
Max.
Gotta take care of that voice. I know. That would have been if I was a lead singer, which I wouldn't have been, I probably would have been back playing the bass or something, just fucking drums maybe. Doherty plays a mean drum. My manager in the band would be like,
Go to bed.
Not again. No, not again. You came in with like, hey boys, like, what time's rehearsal? You got to take care of that. That's your.
Oh yeah. Just coughing up a lung. That would be perfect.
Got the halls out. Hey, got the halls out. Fucking heads in one, beaks in one. You're like, boys, all right, here we go.
Early days of the podcast. I'm like, Christ, is this mic on here? I just turn this
Boy,
volume.
I remember when we first started doing it. It's like we got to do it in the morning. I'm like, I don't know if you guys want me in the morning. Like, you might want to give me the afternoon to clear out the old windpipes here. But no, Dirty Honey, man, they're so legit. I haven't seen them in a long time, but they seem to be on the road a lot, Ups.
Yeah, well, that and playing, their California Dreamin', and that song that they released last year in our studio was all time. What was that, episode 34?
I think so. That's what he says.
Did
Yeah.
that guy say episode 34?
You want to know one of the best all-time music movies is? You ready? You ready for this?
Rockstar.
Love that movie. Stand up and shout. For that movie though, remember when he second hooks up with a girl? He thinks it's a girl. That gets in the morning and she's standing up taking a piss. He's like, oh my god.
Wahlberg.
Yeah, Wahlberg. Jennifer Aniston looks so good in that movie. Almost Famous.
Of course, great.
I mean, I watched it with Mac Miller. I comes on the other day.
She's probably never seen that.
Never seen it. I go, you've never seen Almost Famous? The best is when he's at the top. He's like, I'm on drugs.
I'm a golden god.
I'm a golden god. I'm on drugs. Hey, listen, fellas, if you're bored, hung cheese on the couch, fire on Almost Famous. I would love to see Dirty Honey open for My Morning Jacket. Can you make that? Is that a different crowd? It's a
different crowd.
Different crowd. Okay, how about this? Dirty Honey opening for Pearl Jam. Can that happen?
I would love to see that happen.
That would be sick.
But it's more like, it's more like them opening up for
Guns N' Roses.
yeah,
Like DC?
Yeah.
like a very loud garage rock band, right? Like loud, but
Rolling Stones.
like heavy guitar like solos, and that's why Slash is. If you ask them, like they look up to Slash.
No, he loves that.
Love him. He's a pioneer of the fucking electric Gibson guitar. Shout out to my boy Nat. That's like Aerosmith.
Do you know I've never seen Rolling Stones?
I seen him once. Seen with Billy Quinn in San Fran at the Levi Stadium.
Oh, how was that?
Awesome. The whole time I was there, I brought Christina. The whole time I was there, I was wishing I had my dad here. because he's still young and he hasn't seen Rolling Stones, but they've been obviously part of his life as well. And I'm like, Christina doesn't even understand this right now. I'm like watching history in the making here.
Yeah, your dad is young.
Yeah,
He's like the same age as Beauty Alert, right?
61.
He's younger than Beauty Alert. I remember we played golf, and we had Ever on the back nine. I'm like, his old man's a beauty. Eh? He's like, yeah. He's like, I can't believe he's a year younger than me. I'm like, what? Like, what?
Yeah.
He's a year younger than you? He's like, yeah, he's a year younger than me. I was like, oh my, well, you look great. And Big Scott looks great too. But like,
no, but now,
Evan, you look fucking great.
in SoCal, and you got the access to
I just forget, Big Scott and Mandy had you young, eh?
young, 20, 21.
Wow.
Oh, Craig Lupel too.
Yeah, that's Apple Storages there. That's second Apple Storages. Hey, speaking of AC/DC, the other day Thunderstruck came on somewhere, and someone said to me, "God, this is a hockey. Isn't it? I mean, when you hear Thunderstruck, you always talk about wanting to go out there and still. When I hear Thunderstruck, I got one more good shift
You
in.
get a little bit of a chubby in the afternoon. Usually only get them in the mornings.
Yeah.
Hey, you're like, this will get some blood flow.
I've been getting some good morning flow.
Really?
I've been getting some real. Hey, Life Force, baby.
Yeah, totally.
I got the morning flow.
I know.
Ready to rock.
Your hormones are leveled out. Maximized, optimized.
Optimized Life Force, baby. One of the greatest scenes in movie, Max. Varsity Blues, when they stay out all night and go to the strip club with Lance Arbor that's hurt, and they go into some old Texas town to get the shit kicked out of it, and they just play AC/DC. These guys are just drunk, hungover, getting hit all over the place. One of the greatest scenes in a movie ever. So, Updogg, we'll finish off with the last one here. Cole, help me with that. Is that fucking a Swedish name of some sort?
Berkey.
Is that just Burke? Yeah, I wouldn't spell Burke like that. I spell Burke Burke.
You want me to read it?
Read it.
Fellas, I love the style segments, but I got a bone to pick with you. Past takes on my boy Nylander, Pasta, and Kyle Connor's swag was a negative one. Oddly enough, they all rock tongues out with a smoked visor. See, again, that's why I'm just going to interrupt his question, but smoked visor? No. Let's not get it twisted here, boys. These guys have nasty style. ... All right, listen.
Listen, who is this guy?
Nylander,
Cole Burke.
great style. I love Nylander's style.
Awesome style.
I'm not a righty, nor was I that skilled or shifty, or, my hair didn't flow in the wind like that. That guy's got nasty style. So take him off the list of us chirping him. He's got nasty style. I would say you agree.
Yeah, I've never chirped Nylander style.
No.
It's nasty.
What about Pasta?
Pasta's got 6 style.
6 style.
Both wear 88. They actually, their style is almost the exact same.
Yeah.
88, right-handed shot. Both got sick flow.
Both
One's a
twisted
Czechoslovakia,
wrister.
one's a Swede.
Yeah,
both got 6 stoppers.
Stick handle it the same way.
Both go tongues out. Nylander and Pasta have 6 style, on and off the ice. Now,
This is where we have an issue.
Burke,
Cole.
I don't know what you're smoking or where you're living, but look at Kyle Connors right there.
Awful.
It's horrendous.
From the stick to the gloves to the skates to the helmet to the beaks.
It's just, tough beak.
Tough beak.
Listen, great player.
Yeah.
Right? I think he scored 40 a couple times, at least once.
At least. No, he's a sniper. We're not downgrading his effectiveness of scoring goals.
No.
That should actually bump him up.
Yeah.
Because, goddamn it, if he didn't score these goals, he wouldn't even been in the league looking like
He's
that.
going no bucket there.
Tough look.
Yeah. I'm a big no bucket guy, but you might be like Hans, maybe throw that fucking.
But listen, he can score. If he more looked like Jack Hughes out there, or Patrick Kane, or Austin Matthews, then then he might even get paid better and maybe get a chance to play out of Winnipeg.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know, Berkey, I've never
Clayton Keller, 6 style.
Sick.
Right? Like, come on. These are the 6 style. Robbie Fabry, 6 style.
One of the sickest right now, Fabs.
Yeah.
I saw him the other night.
Scored a big goal last night. G-dub.
Black guy.
Yeah.
Hair's flowing in warm up. I've never chirped. Pasta's got 6 style. Nylander, they call him Willie Styles, don't they? So, Berkey, you're wrong with this one, but it stops at Kyle Connors. It
does.
But
as it should.
As it should.
He doesn't deserve to be at style points.
Who's got the worst style in the NHL? That may be a good segment.
The worst style?
Maybe we'll have to look that up. The worst style. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's some guys out there. It's got to be. I'm thinking of one that jumps out to me. You just got fucking terrible style.
Well, now that PRV's out of the league. Actually, no, they just signed him. Pittsburgh just signed him to PTO. Can you believe that?
Priarby had the worst style in the league.
The worst.
You're right.
Yeah.
God, it was awful. You know who else has bad style is McCabe, the defenseman for the Leafs. Terrible style. Just terrible.
What about, do you like Zibanejad's style?
He just because he's so sick. He's just greasy looking. But I do, because if you looked at him and didn't know he played in the NHL, you'd be like, bad style. But because it suits him, he's so like long. And
What about the kid in Calgary?
Mangiapane. Terrible style.
Bad style.
I remember I told Richardson when he played for the Flames, like, can we get that guy a helmet that fits him?
Let's go old school. Stoli, babe.
Great style.
Great style.
Great style.
Rich.
Richie Torres, great style.
Psychopath.
Jason Strudwick, tough style.
Strutty? Yeah.
Joe DePenta, tough style.
Greg Zanin.
Horrendous style. Matthias Olin, a guy I love, tough style.
Marcus Naslin.
Great style.
The best.
Sammy Salo, good style.
Matt
Mitchell.
Sundin.
Matt Sundin, just standard good style.
Legendary style.
Yeah. I mean, you look up Matt Sundin when he wore Nike, nasty style.
Better off.
The sickest.
Yeah.
Talk about flow. I'm getting flow just thinking about Federer.
Bure.
Sick.
Yeah.
Mogilny, sick.
Yeah. Bure had probably the best.
Darcy Tucker, good style.
Darcy Horton.
Jeremy Roenick, Darcy Horchuk. Actually, not bad. Style, yeah.
Fucking
Jeremy Roenick, good style.
totally. Mike Medano.
The best.
Tony Amonte.
American. Got to be good, right?
Yeah, Tony Amonte, he wore the tux, like the sick, Medano tux.
Yeah. Speaking of Modano, there's a sick statue in Dallas of Dirk Nowitzki doing his little fadeaway that he made famous. So our boy Billy Quinn, they're putting a Mike Modano statue outside Dallas, and as they should.
No shit.
As they should.
Yeah,
That'd be a good looking statue.
Yeah.
Brett Hull,
Great style.
Ray Whitney,
Good style.
Matt Lombardi,
Shane Doan.
Shane Doan. Good, just good. Like I would
Bulldog.
I would put Doan and a Ginla style in the same thing.
Yeah. Totally.
Just like
play junior together.
Yeah.
Buddies.
Probably not like the sickest, but just they were such bulls and so good at players that Craig Conroy.
Well, okay, let me ask you this. Sidney Crosby or Connor McDavid? Style.
Fuck, they're both wear CCM.
I know, I was always a Bauer guy.
Yeah, me too. I can't pick between these two.
Or go Sidney Crosby and McDavid.
Yeah.
Versus Jack Hughes and Austin Matthews.
You got to give it to the American boys. They got. I mean, Jack Hughes has sick style. Matthews has sick style. But Sid looks good in his gear. Sid looks really good.
Sid was new age, like bulky, big legs, like the pigeon-toed, like
Yeah. If we're nitpicking McDavid's style, I would say I don't love his laces.
Who's the best?
His laces.
Who's the best looking duo on a team that you played against? Well, is it Datsuk? Zetterberg?
That was the first two that popped in my head.
What about like, Kane Taves?
Yeah. But when you said the question to me, that's who Zetterberg popped in my head. But you could throw Taves and Kaner in there too.
What about Kopitar and
Kopitar's got, but Dustin Brown had terrible style. No, not the same as not like Datsuk and fucking Zetterberg.
No.
What about do you think this
Duncan Keith style?
Good style.
A lot of tape.
Brett Seabrook, good style.
A lot of tape on the ankles.
A lot of tape on the end. Brett Seabrook, good style. Patrick Sharp, good style.
Great style.
That whole Hawks team actually, Boley, good style. Ben Eager had good style.
Bufflin.
Big Buff had good style for
Scott Hartnell.
Pulled it off.
Fuck, did he fall down?
Pulled it off.
Yeah.
Good helmet game. Good always work.
Mike
good
Richards,
bounce.
Jeff Carter.
Both good style in their own rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carty's still playing crazy. Still playing.
Totally.
Good segment though, fella.
The other day.
Maxie, thank you so much. You always kill it for us here at Missin Curfew. The Curfew calls. Fellas that call in, keep them coming. I think you get a real authentic feel for me and the Updogg when these come.
Locker room.
We get off page. We talk about everything. So thank you. Keep them coming. Updogg, you the man. That was Missin Curfew.
Fellas.